So you would stick to the term calisthenics?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It really is advanced calisthenics, not just calisthenics. It is an advanced or extreme calisthenics.
Okay.
And it's cool to actually, evolve those things. And that's what happens. Once you start out with the basics, you will progress to something a little more extreme. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Next question is, how did you try to figure out, or did you try to figure out stuff like, okay, how does that work scientifically? Like, how do I build muscle? What exercise does what? Trying to get into exercise science to basically see or apply the thing that someone taught you and kind of break it down.
Well, over time, you start to, anything you like to do, you're gonna research, and you're gonna see its history, and you're gonna get involved with it as much as possible. So I started actually training in about, I think it was 2006. I was training with TCI, New York Sports Club in convention. So from there, I got my foundations training, foundations certification, and did my NASM certification. So when you start taking those type of workshops and reading those books, you start to learn a little bit more. But the thing about it is, what we do isn't really in these books. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But you kind of take a little bit of what you know, a little bit of what's taught to you, and you apply it. And you keep trying different things, and you'll figure out, on your own what works. And I think, despite the fact that it is good to have points of reference, you have to be able to reference certain things. You also have to know exactly what it is that's going to work for you. The best way to do that is through practical application. So no matter what anybody says, you have to go out and try it for yourself. If it hurts, if it doesn't work for you, modify it. And I think that's the best way to do it. And out here in Wingate, we're very particular about form. And it wasn't always like that, you know what I'm saying? But over the years, we realized that maybe if we scale down on bragging about our numbers and start to, concentrate on doing things in a particular fashion, we will get better results. And physically, our results, like physique-wise, our results show, and strength-wise, our results show. So, and it's important, even as a trainer, if you're a trainer, you have a client. You know what I'm saying? You'll never tell your client, all right, just do a half squat, it's fine, it's okay, just do 90 of them, it's okay, let's go down halfway. You're trying to do them a specific way to activate you know what I'm saying? You want to activate certain muscle fibers, you want to activate as much as possible. You want everything to be firing a certain way. So it's the exact same thing when we do our pull-ups, our push-ups, our dips. We have to still think in that same way. Let me do this motion fully, So we apply that now. And there's no disrespect to anybody who doesn't necessarily, follow that routine, but that's just food for thought, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So what's a typical Wingate workout? The style, you do a lot of pyramids or drop sets or supersets, or what's like the thing that you like to do?
Now we're going into like secret.
No secrets, no secrets.
All right, let me be honest with you. In Wingate, this is what we do, all right? We figure out a difficult set, meaning the type of set that when you finish doing it, you're either out of breath or your arms are tired. We take that set and we put numbers into it. So, it's hard to explain. For instance, if you guys are familiar with the 5-minute drill, that's 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups, 5 minutes. Something like that. After you do that one time, we're pretty much ready to go home. We'll try to do it like 4 or 5 times. That's pretty much the thing. Focus on muscle endurance more to muscle endurance. And I shouldn't even be telling y'all this. You're not winging. But muscle endurance is the key. It is the key to reaching those levels in the calisthenic world. Trust me. Your strength will be there, your power will be there. Muscle endurance is the key. Believe me when I tell you. Alright, so once you can start to increase your muscle endurance, you start to see amazing things happen in terms of your training. You know what I'm saying? And it's real easy to do. It's very simple. All you do is minimize your rest and keep going. Simple strategy. Figure out what your set is for the day, minimize your reps.
Now go out and do it.
Simple.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how would you? There's a lot of guys. There's two type of people that approach me personally a lot. One, guys or girls who never worked out and want to get started, and then people who work out in the gym with weights and want to try something new. So, what type of workout would you give to any of these two groups?
That's hard to say. I like to see what people have different abnormalities.
Let's take a regular person who can maybe a regular guy who's not working out. Let's say he can't do a single pull-up, and let's say he can do like 10 push-ups.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a firm believer in partner-assisted exercises at any level. You know, and I'll tell you. I'll get back to why in a minute. The way we started was always the spot movement. Believe it or not, there was times when guys who can do 40, 50 pull-ups couldn't do 5 pull-ups. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody to spot you to reach a certain number. So that's what I believe in. I believe in getting a guy out there to help you, or whoever out there to help you, and start to get to the numbers that you couldn't get to on your own. And stay consistent. As long as they stay consistent, they'll see drastic increases very quickly. But getting back to why I believe in that, boy, I'm giving a whole bunch of secrets away today. Okay, when you reach a certain level with your training, let's say now you can do 20, 25 pull-ups straight with a decent form. That's a pretty decent number, you know. At this point, you don't need a spotter anymore, you know. But that's not true. What happens is when we're starting out, we shoot for numbers like 25. So when you reach it, I don't need a spot anymore, I reach my goal. But if you keep that idea in your mind and now shoot for a bigger number, now I want to do 50. You know, get that same guy behind you to spot you and reach 50, and reach that number. Right now I'm at 50. Let me get somebody to help me get to 75. You know, if we can keep that idea, that is how we can continue to progress no matter what goes on. You know what I'm saying? So we do get rid of those ideas after a while, and we really should.
That is, yeah, that's another secret, keeping that beginner mindset and staying humble, that will always help you no matter how good you are. You can always be better. Okay, so basically you would just use a regular routine, pull-ups, push-ups, squats, and just have people assist them. In order for them to be able to perform pull-ups if they can.
Well, I believe in letting people get assistance where they need assistance and letting them do it on their own where they can do it on their own. So, like you said, he could do 10 push-ups by himself. You know, maybe give him a little push to get to 15, 20, but definitely spotting them on pull-ups, allowing them to do push-ups, and there are exercises that help develop upper body strength. So, you know, maybe some bench dips, some rows. When we do rows out here, like maybe we use a dip bar and have them get feet on the floor and they'll do rows to help develop some posture. You used to see some of the goofy pull-ups I used to do, pull exercises I would do to develop pull-up strength. They used to have me doing pull-ups on the bench. I used to slide up the bench. I didn't really have enough pull strength to do the sets with the older guys, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, it works.
Yeah, it works, man. As long as you can start doing things to help develop the pull or push, you know, that's very important. But out here, it's really repetition. A lot of people are very hard on beginners. Don't get discouraged. There are going to be jackasses, you know, pardon my French, when it comes to this type of thing. But, you know, those guys aren't really strong. No one will ever make fun of you for, you know, being a beginner. We all started out the same way. You know? But, yeah, it's just a process. You have to stay dedicated. It takes time. And before you know it, you see drastic change. That's when you really
do crazy routines.
Big time.
Yeah, okay. How about nutrition? I've seen with Flo over here, you got an expert in the part. Do you have like a general philosophy you follow?
Simple, really simple philosophy. If the food has no nutritional value, it's not helping you. And if the food is not helping you, it's hurting you. If you can keep that in mind, you'll stay healthy in terms of what you eat. You know? And don't try to find like the nutritional add something to yourself because you like it. Like, oh, I eat this pizza because it's tomato sauce. Tomatoes are good. It's not good. So that's how me personally, that's how I try to flow. Actually did help me change my diet completely. Right now, the only meat I eat is fish. I have a very heavy plant-based diet in the summertime. Yeah, I do lose a good amount of weight, but I'm not really into putting on size so much as I am about preserving. I want to extend my life as much as I can. I want to be as strong as I possibly can. I think that's a little bit more important. But we'll see. Right now, I am putting weight on, so we'll see what happens. We were talking about that earlier. So you're trying to go for 220. I'm gonna see. Maybe I get up to like 205. But that's where you are now. So we'll see how it feels.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay. So, what you got? Any projects? Any plans in mind for Wingate?
Plenty. Well, soon we're going to do our first pull-up competition on October 27th. That'll be the first competition Wingate's ever hosted. We invite everybody out to that. It's really going to be for everybody, families, children, young people, old people, women, everybody involved. We're going to have a ball. It's going to be just pull-ups, all pull-up competition. That's on the 27th. We're going to try our best to do a DVD project. I know a lot of people have been asking for some type of a DVD or whatever. So we're going to do something. I've been working with Vital, Beast, from Beast Mode. He's a good friend of mine. And I'll try to put together a nice project, maybe by the end of this year. It's something cool, something that we could all have in our collection. If we're all into the culture, you know what I'm saying, and have something that can capture some of these moments. Also, there's a tournament coming up that we're going to be doing. It's called a Torture Chamber. That'll carry us from the winter into the end of spring. So that's something not just Wingate is involved, but hopefully everybody will be getting involved. I'll give you more information on that soon.
Sounds painful.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Just stay tuned, man. So what Wingate is trying to do specifically, what we're trying to do is keep everybody motivated in terms of the workouts that we're doing and the content we put out. So if you don't see us put out things in a high frequency, it's probably because we don't feel as though it's worthy of being put out there as of yet to inspire people. I think shout out to Team Wingate. That's a group that I think has really taken the influence of what what guys have been doing, and they took it to another level. And I think right now, if you guys check for them, they can provide the inspiration to give you. And I've been doing their workouts in the morning. I use some of the stuff that they'll post up as my morning workouts, because I think it's very inspiring. That's what we want to do. We need to inspire each other, man. We need to be able to do. It doesn't matter what you're doing. There should be always somebody to draw inspiration from. If you're into the, I don't want to call them tricks, but those tricks, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to draw inspiration from someone. So there got to be somebody at a high level always putting out content for you, for whatever it is you want. So that's what we try to do. Make sure that no matter what it is you're doing, it's well respected, always at a high quality level.
I think you've been doing a great job so far. So thank you very much for your time.
Amen.
And stay tuned.